Good evening, and once again, thank you for coming out and allowing us to share information and keep you informed. As Steve pointed out, and before we start, I just want to say thank you to Steve and the entire HVO team, and if you could help me thank them, because really they're what's helping us make decisions. So thank you. We're seeing a change in the activity currently, a moment of pause maybe, and some relief on the horizon. And we'd like to take advantage of this time and try to restore some normalcy for everyone's life, especially going into the holiday season. So we're going to try to do what we can to try to restore some of that normalcy. So what you might see is a change in some of our operations. But with that, we need everyone's cooperation and still assistance. But in a few minutes, I'll ask the mayor to come up and share what changes we'll be making and let him give you some news as far as some of the changes you'll see going forward. But some things that are going to take place, like tomorrow, we have our partners with the American Red Cross, and our CERT team is going to be going door to door again. I know that you received a survey tonight. There'll be a similar survey tomorrow, again in the Pahoe area. And it's just to make sure we haven't missed anything. We know that when people come door to door, sometimes it can add to your frustrations and repetitive nature of the surveys, but the information collected is invaluable to us as we try to identify what other agencies and resources we can provide to you and get you connected with. We really want to make things as easy on the community as possible. So we appreciate your participation in the survey and your welcoming the teams in and giving them the information. So you'll see them around tomorrow. We're going to continue to man the operations center or the command post here at the community center at least through Saturday. So we'll have staff there. And from there, we'll be downsizing some of our operations to try to preserve the resources for when things change and then put things back into play. To, again, try to give some normalcy as well as to conserve the resources that we have. So with that, I'd like to welcome the mayor up just to share some of the changes that we'll be implementing that I think people were looking forward to. And from there, we'll also be available afterwards for any questions you may have. So, again, Mayor.
Thanks, Darryl. Everybody, Darryl Oliveira. Yeah. Just like to let all of you know, I'm going to resign as a mayor of Hawaii County, and I'm just going to turn him over to Darryl. So then he don't need to run for re-election. He can just run for re-election. But Darryl, sorry for embarrassing you, Darryl. It's one of the true joys I have. I have a few minutes where I can just show how much appreciation he have for him. So thank you, all of you, once again for coming out. Somebody even asked me, hey, so you got to go talk to the Pahoa community. I said, well, I don't really go out there and talk to them. We kind of just all sit around, talk story with each other. And Steve, thank you very much for that wonderful update, man. And I was looking at that long, complicated website, and I just go Google HVO USGS, get you there the same way. Some of you never have pen or paper. What we were talking about, and every day we assess, assess the amount of resources we're putting on the ground. And what we learned is it's always better to have too much information, to be too present, and to have all the resources than not enough. But what we've learned also is, this, as we've talked about many a time with the uncertainty, the unpredictability, that this event could last many weeks, many months, even years. And so we've got to also strategically allocate our resources. We cannot just go all out with everything endlessly. And so, but at the same time, we're very cautious and conservative in our decision making. For example, people said, hey, it stopped the lava flow. We should use the transfer station as a viewing area. And the very next day I went to check the situation. It was burning the pavement and a smoke, and everybody had to have masks. So, we're trying to measure demands and trying to make sure that we continue always to make decisions in the best interest of the community. And you also don't want to make a decision, because we've seen, remember when we first had that stalled front of the flow? And then we thought everything was okay. A couple of days, we felt really good. A couple more days, we thought, and then it just broke out everywhere and just advanced at a rapid rate. And so, but we said in talking today that because of the status of the flow, because of the lack of advancement or activity at the front of the flow, that our goal, of course, is to be very prepared, but also let's try to, when possible, create a sense of normalcy in our community. And so what we have agreed to do in working with all of our partners is if we continue to see a lack of activity at the front of the flow, lack of activity near Apa'a Street, near Pahoa, that we'll remove the roadblocks early next week, hopefully before the holiday season, and open up Pahoa Village Road again for everybody to use. We would still maintain a roadblock at Apa'a Street. And what we want to do is, we thought, hey, the press wants access to the flow. People with tour companies want access to the flow. Our residents want access to the flow. And everybody's interest is important. But what we thought was, first and foremost, let's see if we can begin the process of determining manageability of access by having our kids come to the flow, our students. I really feel that our students at Keonepoko, who were told they have to relocate and go to a different school, they should have the first shot at that lava flow so they can understand, what caused their school to be closed, what caused them to be relocated. And so we're discussing how to make that as informative, as educational as possible. Not just show up at the flow, go wow, but see if we can get our best, most expertise around the flow so that it's very informative and very meaningful. So we're looking at that as well. So we want to provide access. We want people to see it, learn from it, understand it, see what's happening and why. And so we'll open up the roads as soon as we get Helco and Hawaiian Tail and all of our partners, because it provided a lot of the fortification around the poles that are in the roadway at this time. So with some cooperation, teamwork that we've always displayed, we'll open that up and hopefully restore normalcy, especially during the Thanksgiving season here in Pahoa. And we'll continue to listen, continue to be open-minded, and hopefully continue to take steps to make things as open and accessible as possible. I hope that's okay to everybody, and that's what we'll do. But all of this, again, is contingent upon ensuring that the activity remains at a lower level. There'll be no meeting next week, unless everybody bust out turkeys, bring leftovers, and we can all hang out in here together. But absent any significant or substantial activity, we want to give everybody a break. We have workers working around the clock. We have county agencies here on a daily basis. We don't want to move too fast and have to just bring everything back and ramp it up. But we're going to keep our fingers crossed, and hopefully we can maintain this posture for a more significant period of time. So that's where we're at. Anything else now? Oh, yeah. So Darrow going up, I still never go up. I feel like it's bad luck when I go look. I feel like every time I go look, everybody tell me, nah, don't worry, I fly up. Wow, what is all that lava? So I haven't done any aerial views every day. I just send Darrow up and check my phone. Oh, God. We okay. But I want to thank USGS, because even without the aerial, they've sent guys, to the front of a flow, across the flow. And we'll continue, you guys, just because we might be opening things up, creating more access, and reducing our presence a little bit. That doesn't mean we're not going to monitor the flow around the clock. USGS, HVO, Civil Defense will still be out here every single day. We'll still have daily updates on the radio. We'll still be doing media briefings to give people updates. But other than that, unless and until we see increased activities, we'll start to readjust what we're responding to. So mahalo, everybody. Wish everyone a wonderful week next week. We have much to be thankful for. If you remember, we started these meetings in August. August 24th, and at that time we were counting days when we'd be cut off. We were counting days when incredible devastation would occur. We don't know what next week, next month, next year brings, but we know today we're okay. We know today we have a break, and so I just ask everybody in the spirit of our community of Aloha that we next week just enjoy our family, our friends, our community, and just we have much to be thankful for. Mahalo, everybody. Thank you guys very much, and aloha. Oh, how's about Mary, everybody? Mary love. And by the way, next week, when we're doing the HVO presentation, we can put light on Mary. Yes. Poor Mary, I was in the back watching and I couldn't see. Like, what's she doing in the dark? I cannot see, not that I would know even if I could, but still, we're gonna work on that. Mahalo, everybody, and thanks for those who brought the snacks and food for everybody tonight. Aloha.